The successor to the Nintendo Switch has finally been revealed. It's been a long time coming. All these leaked information videos have been a lot of fun, speculating of what it was going to look like, how it was going to perform. But near the end, it was getting kind of frustrating because it was hard to get pumped for something that was speculation. But Nintendo finally revealed a first look trailer, and I'm pretty excited. I love how it opens up with the original Switch, and then we see the Joy-Cons pop off, and then the screen blows up. I love it because it's like we're seeing the evolution, the transformation to its next stage. We see the whole console transform, the opening slot for the new Joy-Cons, all the new buttons, ports, fans. That fan looks beefy compared to this thing. Not much there. That looks like a big fan. This thing's gonna need a lot of cooling power, I bet. Let me just go back. I love that finish. That looks so nice, and I kind of like it. Like, this was an upgrade. I mean, this was the Zelda one, so it kind of has a textured back anyways. But this is nice. I'm really excited for that. Simple things, right? And then the new kickstand. It's kind of like a mix between the original one, very small, sleek, but the original one was flimsy and garbage, where this one was, nice, thick, very stiff. Hopefully this one's really good as well. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure they learned a lot from the Switches. And then the bigger Joy-Cons. The button's bigger. Joy-Cons are bigger. And just the splash of color. I really dig the black. It's very sleek, clean. And then just the splash of color just lets you... Hey, is that the AR Raider still there? I wonder. It's still got kind of like that cutout for it, looks like. I didn't notice that before. Anyways. Yeah, it's like a salmon. A lot of people were wondering if it was red or orange, but it looks salmon. I guess it's like an orange, but anyways, in the sky blue. Very sharp. Hopefully the buttons are nice and clicky. I always like clicky buttons. And then the infrared light on the bottom that a lot of people noticed. I guess they're going to be used like a regular mouse, because that's kind of what they're like insinuating with this. They're moving around like an actual mouse, like the creature. So I'm curious to know what kind of games I wonder. Mario Paint? Maybe? I'm pretty sure you could hook up a mouse for that. That would be interesting. They haven't done a Mario Paint in how long? And I love that too. Just the splash of color on the inside. Just because this kind of just looks like a tablet when you look at it with no Joy-Cons on it. Like, did anyone notice I was holding it upside down? Probably not. But it just lets people know that, it's Nintendo, it's a Joy-Con, or it's a Switch. It's nice. I like it. Kind of lets you know what side to put it on too. I never thought of that because Joy-Cons only slid on one way. So the colors also tell you which way you're supposed to put the Joy-Cons on, because it'd be, I guess, super easy to put them on upside down by accident. And that looks so nice. That looks really nice. I'm curious. Okay. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyways, that's a massive screen. Click. And then Switch 2. In my last video, I bet that it wasn't going to be called the Switch 2 just because Nintendo's a very creative company. They're very creative with their names and really everything they do. So I was a little surprised to see that it was actually called the Switch 2. I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. They got Super Nintendo from normal Nintendo. That's what we all called it. I know, the NES to the SNES. and then the Wii to the Wii U. But in a way, I guess you could, I don't know if you call it creative, but it wasn't normal. But to call it the Switch 2, there's PlayStation 2. So, but my thought behind it is this is essentially the Switch Pro that we all thought we were going to get instead of the OLED. And this is what they're giving us now, just to, I guess, essentially keep us happy, so that they have another 7 years, 8 years to really create something wild. And this is just, to get a little more money in the bank account, some more time to really create something crazy. Because Nintendo, they love their gimmicks. So what's next after the handheld, right? It's so sleek looking. I love it. And then, of course, a new Mario Kart. Excuse me, is that a snowmobile? Peach is driving a snowmobile. Okay, I live in Canada. I love snowmobiling because it snows here 9 months out of the year. So that's awesome. That's for me right there. This has really sold me. Okay, so that's what I was going to get to before was, so the screen looks huge, but again, the bezel looks huge again. I wonder if that's the real bezel, if that's really the size of the screen, or if they're, I would see them just make it smaller for no reason. Anyways, a new Mario Kart. That's awesome. Really excited for that. It's about time. I guess the Wii U was last time they made a Mario Kart. And the new dock. Now, the screen's a little more exposed than the last one, but not much. I was kind of hoping it was going to be exposed a little more just so you could, have a cool clock or, the weather or something. Some sort of adult thing, I guess. And then, you can't see it from the side, and it looks like it's not much bigger than the console at all. So I don't think it's going to have much effect on the performance. So I'm curious, really curious to know what it's going to look like on TV mode. But it's kind of funny how they just brush past, they show a little bit of Mario Kart, but they never actually say Mario Kart 9. So I'm betting it might. I mean, I've already lost a bet. I didn't think it was going to be called the Switch 2, but it is. I bet it's going to be called Mario Kart X. I mean, that's, I guess you could say that's kind of aggressive for Nintendo, but I think they're going to skip 9. It seems to be the trend with a lot of companies, like the iPhone. There was no iPhone 9. It went from 8 to X, right? So we'll see. But it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. 2025 plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. That's nice. That'll play the digital as well. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. That's nice. I'm super happy that it's backwards compatible. Honestly, I guess it's the first one, really. No, that's not true. Kind of. I think you could play GameCube games. It was I guess you could consider that backwards compatible. You can play GameCube games in the Wii. So I guess this is the second one. It's never been done with cartridges before. I can assure that. Yeah, I can assure that. So that's cool. I'm excited. A lot of people have spent a lot of money on the Switch and all the games, all the physical games and the digital games as well. It's nice that they're allowing that to move over as well. And then a Nintendo Direct, April 2nd, 2025. It says Nintendo Switch 2. I guess that's just a direct, that's like essentially the title for it. They're going to really showcase it. I doubt that's the launch date. I could see it being in May. Maybe a May release, like a nice spring release. Early May, maybe. And then they're going to hold like experiences around the world at, I'm assuming at different Nintendo stores. It's a shame we don't have I'm so surprised there's not a Nintendo store in Toronto. That doesn't make in Toronto. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's one, you know, New York's a big country. New York's a big city. Sorry. New York's a big city. So obviously it makes sense, but like Toronto's a big city too. You know. Anyways, it would have been so nice to go at least see it, but I'm sure there'd be absolute mobs of people in there. I'm wondering if it'd be like an invite only sort of thing. Probably. But that's it. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth the money? I bet it's going to be, well, here in Canada, the OLED was $450. So I bet that's going to be $500 to $550 before taxes. It's probably like mid fours in American. I'm excited for it. May not look like it. I'm really excited for it. It looks so nice. It's gonna be amazing to play Tears of the Kingdom in 4K. I think that's what I'm most excited for, to be honest. But a new Mario Kart would be a lot of fun. You know, how many hours I spent playing 8 Deluxe? Untold hours. But anyways, I'm rambling. Sorry. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please like it. And subscribe if you like my content. And we'll see you in another video. Cheers.